hope you're all well and your Ramadan is going amazingly. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my Ramadan favourites. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you like it and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'm going to be a lot more active with videos moving forward, inshallah. But today's video is going to be, yeah, I've already said it's going to be my Ramadan favourites. I normally do a favourites video at the end of each month. So I was thinking about my June favourites. No, May favourites, yes, even though we're halfway into June. And I was like, there's no point me doing that. I'm better off just doing a Ramadan favourites, and instead of doing it at the end of Ramadan, it's better that I do it now so that I can share with you guys what I'm really loving, and hopefully you can get inspired by it, and you guys can leave what your Ramadan favourites are down below as well, and we can all inspire each other. So I'm going to get straight into it. Normally my monthly favourites are 5 products, so I have stuck to 5 products again. I'll be honest, my monthly favourites are normally makeup. This time it's not makeup. There's a little bit of food. There's a little bit of everything. So yeah, I'll go into it. The first thing that I am loving is these dates from SKT Welfare. There's 2 reasons why I love them. Firstly, this box I think is about £10, and each box buys 50 loaves of bread for a Syrian family. SKT are, I don't know if it's SKT or how it's pronounced, but yeah, SKT Welfare are a charity who do loads of different projects. They don't just help in Syria, they help in loads of different places. You can check their website out for more information, but they have a 100% donation policy, which is amazing because I don't really know any other charities that do that. So yeah, that's the first thing, and it's absolutely amazing. I am collecting for them at the moment as well, and I'll leave the link down below if any of you want to donate, inshallah. And remember that anything that you donate to charity in this month, the reward is increased by 50. But yeah, that's the first reason why they're amazing. And then the second reason is, I don't think there's many left in here. They just, they're so like juicy. Let me find a really juicy one. Look at that. Look, can you see that? I shouldn't be doing this whilst I'm fasting. I never used to like dates when I was little, but these are like so juicy and so sweet. And normally, I'll be honest, like I'll open my fast with one and I'm like, Mum, I'm full. Like, what are we gonna do with all of this food? Like, I'll be full on just a date. Even now, like, because I'm trying to be healthy because it's Ramadan and like I want to move forward and be healthy after this month. Even after I've had my dinner, I'm like, I need something sweet. But the kajur will do it for me. It's, yeah, definitely top of my list. That's why it was the first thing I mentioned. Just realised there's the book that I want to talk to you guys about, and I don't have it in my bag, so I'm going to grab it. So I mentioned in my Ramadan tips and advice video about like reading more, and like there's loads and loads of different books that you can read. Obviously the first thing that I'd advise reading is the Quran, but my favourites is, in my favourites I'm going to mention this book just because of the way it's written and like the topics it addresses, and I just think it's really relevant right now. And it's called Muhammad between the Hajrit terrorist savages and the existentialist nihilist haters. Yes, you can tell what a great book it is when I can't pronounce the title. It's amazingly written, like literally like everything is referenced with, oh, you probably can't see, that's probably too bright. Yeah, that's too bright. Everything is like referenced with footnotes, and each of the footnotes, all of the footnotes are explained and everything. Basically, to summarise, it's like a book that's written for Muslims and non-Muslims. I think that's why it's so good, because everything is explained really clearly. Like, it's not basic, it's not patronising, it doesn't treat you like you're dumb, but it explains everything to like the nth degree. So when the author's going to discuss something, before he discusses it, he will explain all of the background, so that when you go on to read it, you fully understand the argument from whatever argument it is that he's making. And I often find with some I often find with religious texts, either they're too basic and you're reading them and you're like, this needs to be more engaging, more stimulating, or they're on the opposite end where you're like, oh my god, I'm lost, like I have to read the page like 5 times just to process what's been said. With this, it wasn't like that. From the moment I picked it up, I was like into it. Just because it talks about religion and it's talking about current topics is fun. It's talking about how like freedom of speech basically versus extremists, and where, I don't know, where the argument lies and where we should lie as Muslims, and like how freedom of speech is always used, like the way to demonstrate the freedom of speech is always by attacking Muslims, whereas when other religions get attacked, the people who are attacking them, or the people who are using their freedom of speech to mock them, are always like called on upon their actions and made to apologise. But when it's Islam, it's never done like that. Sorry. Sorry, I don't know where this random cough has come from. But then it also talks about like how the way some people have dealt with it. Basically, it was written when the child. Sorry, guys. It was written when though there was those attacks in Paris. I can't remember when it was. A couple of years ago, I think a few years ago, after the Charlie Hebdo drawings came out. But I think because of like the frequency of terrorist attacks. I mean, we had one this week in Orlando. Yeah. I just want to do a whole video about it and how I don't address things like that and why I won't apologise for terrorism. So if that's a video you guys want to see, let me know down below. I was going to do a whole Spoon Speaks video on that. But yeah, that's why I love this book, because it's so relevant, because even though it was written a few years ago and it's written about a completely different thing, it's still relevant now. And I think it's so important as young Muslims to know about these things and to, you know, we go out to study, we go out to work, we go out to socialise, and we are in environments where the people around us are not always Muslims. So it's important for us to be able to articulate our arguments and be like, well, no, this is the Islamic standpoint, this is my opinion because of X, Y and Z, and this is the general consensus. And I think the only way we can do that is by reading, and it's hard because there's so much information out there. Like, do you rely on Western media? Do you rely on conspiracy theories? What do you rely on? So I think this book is really, really good, and like I said, it's footnoted. So for any of you that are really into this topic, you can always go away and like read the stuff that's in the footnotes. Like, yeah, enough about that book, I think. The third thing for my favourites is something that my cousin has got me addicted to, and it is iced coffee. I'm going to try and include a little clip in this video of me making it. It's really, really simple. I normally have it like half an hour, 40 minutes after iftar or maghrib, and it kind of gives me that boost to stay awake and read Tarawih, and it just tastes amazing. It tastes so good. Some nights, I'm not going to lie, I'll end up having like 2 jars, like that, the jars that I make of it. So yeah, I'll include a little clip in here as me making it. So take whatever coffee it is that you want to use and add 1 spoon of coffee and 1 spoon of sugar to your cup. And then obviously boil your water and add boiling water and just make a cup of coffee. This is for like half a bottle. You can obviously double the quantities. I would use the same amount of coffee, but you can double the quantities if you wanted to make more. And just mix the coffee up, let it cool down a little bit and pour it into an empty bottle. And then just add milk. I only fill this half up because I'm the only one who drinks it. But yeah, you can obviously fill it up to the top. Then put the bottle in the fridge for a few hours. And then after iftar, just add some ice to your glass or container. Add the coffee on top and then add some vanilla ice cream. And then like just squish the ice cream up and like break it into little bits. And yeah, that's it. You can add whipped cream as well if you want. And then the final thing that I wanted to mention for my favourites videos was abayas. I'm wearing one right now. And linen salwar kameez. Linen salwar kameez have been my lifesaver this Ramadan. The weather has been crazy. It's been really hot and then like raining. I'm not going to lie, I love this weather. I love it. I love it when it's hot and your window is open and you can hear the rain, like that monsoon type weather. But it's really difficult to know what to pray in, because obviously when it's really hot and it's humid, you just want to be cool and you want your focus to be on your prayer and not be like adjusting this and adjusting that. Abayas are great because they provide obviously full coverage and they're so easy. You just stick them on and voila, you're done. But I have been loving linen salwar kameez, like I said, because with abayas sometimes I find that, I mean, this one is great because it's closed. I'll link the company that I got it from down below. And obviously if you guys are looking for other companies, I'm always wearing different abayas on my Instagram, so you can check that out. But I find sometimes with the open ones, when you're like going down into sujood, like, and then you get back up and your foot gets stuck on it, blah, blah, blah. And if you're short like me and you're walking up the stairs, this has happened to me so many times, like the abaya will get stuck underneath my foot and then I'll trip. And it's embarrassing because you're tripping up the stairs. But yeah, and like, so if you are short like me, or if you want something more comfortable wear, try like I mean, if you're not Pakistani and you haven't got access to linen salwar kameez, like a cotton kurta, you can buy them online. You can get them like in Southall Market for like 10 quid. They're so comfortable, they're so light, obviously they're loose, and then with like the baggy salwar underneath as well, like yeah, they're just literally, that's what I've been living in when I've been coming home from work in the evenings. But yeah, that's it guys, that's it for my Ramadan favourites. I'm sorry if I was a little bit airy fairy or went off on a tangent. I am fasting and it is I know I shouldn't say this, it's hard to do things. It's not hard to be without food, but the lack of food and the lack of water has got me a bit like, whoa. I hope you like this video. If there's any other videos you guys want me to film, make sure you let me know down below. And inshallah, I shall see you all soon. Also, I'm really sorry if I keep looking down there. I'm trying this new thing where I can see what's on the camera, because I don't have a flip out camera, but I'm trying this thing where I can see what's on the camera on my laptop, and I just keep looking at my laptop. And it's really not good, is it? Yeah, I should stop doing that.